Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle post 4th of July, July 6th. This man, I open my eye, first thing I see this dude say he woke up with his shirt on backwards.
Long weekend, fun time, man. Fun time. Yeah, summer just started though. Yeah, 4th of July weekend was a fun time. Definitely was able to be around some, some loved ones and some people I haven't seen in years. Definitely a good time. And I'm sure you had some fun. You was out the state.
Man, I just recovered yesterday. Jeez Louise, man, my body was in for it. I had an interesting time in New York. My boy was letting people have it. First, we're on Harlem, we're just walking. You know them kids with the bikes. I almost ran over his foot.
Oh.
Yeah, hitting the corner. And then he looked at him like, he's looking at him like he ain't do nothing wrong. And then he's just like, you'll be all right. I'm like, dude, you just almost ran over my foot.
See, yeah.
Right? And then he was letting NYPD have it because it was late. Everybody was trying to get on the train. They were holding the train. They were like holding it up to get in the subway like it was the club. It was holding it up. They're like, no, we can't let all these people in right now. So it's like a whole line of people around the block. And yeah, he was just letting them have it. Cop couldn't speak English, so he was kind of ignoring it. But yeah,
I feel like we live in a world where like society has more common sense than the people that are in power, or the people that put people in position of authority. Yeah. When I felt like when I was younger, it was the other way around. So I'll be honest, if you got a badge or if you're in high profile, I don't think you're that bright.
And you're gonna hold
like it's just like
you holding up a subway too. It's 4th of July, all them people.
And it's New York. I feel like they have a weird like understanding of letting people be individuals, and they want to control certain parts of their just their individuality and just in their state. Notice this state does a lot of stuff that we don't agree with. Most people don't agree with. So that's all I'm saying about New York. Like.
Yeah, man. It was definitely something else. Cause I'm just like, yo, this is not good. And then you get into the subway. Of course, what happens? People gonna try to squish in. So you got people squished in sardines on that train, and people try to squeeze themselves in. So it's like, ugh.
And the worst thing about New York is people love going to New York. It's a great place to tourist, you know what I mean? It's a great entertainment, one of the entertainment capitals, you know what I mean? But the people that run that state are cooked.
Yeah. And my Lyft driver, he was telling me how much he was telling me about, I think it's the mayor or governor or whoever, the new guy they have. He was just telling me, like the dude posted a video of him partying with French Montana. And it was just like, and I'm just like, how are anyone gonna take you seriously if you posting a video of you at a club with French Montana and you supposed to be the mayor?
This ain't Giuliani, right? They got rid of him years ago. I'll take that over Giuliani and what they.
Oh yeah.
You need people who are normal. So I get that.
He's not normal.
Hold on, listen. He's not normal. All right, hold on. Let me finish.
I'll let you. No, I'm a circle back on that one.
I have no issue with him partying. I don't know his background, but my thing is, I like seeing some people. Now, I don't know how he was partying. That's why you could be in the tie. You can be. I want to say professional and still be in the atmosphere with certain musicians and certain famous people. So I'm not sure how he was partying. Yeah. But my thing is though, I don't like how they put a certain like, I want to say stigma or a certain like pedestal for people of authority where it's like you have to act this way and you're in this position. It's like, no, I'm a human being. It's like the lady that was twerking on the beach, you know what I mean? Granted, it shouldn't happen, but should she lose her job for it?
No.
Not at all.
She was wild dope.
Nah, but she wasn't naked though. That's my point. She had clothes on, and granted, you could bring her in, you could talk to her about it, like, all right, this is what we expect out of our male candidates or whatever position she is in the field, but it's like, don't just be hammering on people when they make a mistake, bro. Especially when she ain't doing anything that wrong.
Well, she gonna get a lot of male voters now.
But you get what I'm saying? If there was an old white lady, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so, it's like, my thing is though, like, come on, man. Like,
no, but that dude in New York, he's like, he kind of like told the fence on like Giuliani policies and stuff like that.
I thought he was different from Giuliani, but he was trying to be like one with the people. That's what I'm thinking. He probably French Montana. I'm like, what's the big deal? But
he's like nobody. A lot of people not happy with some of the stuff he's doing.
So is he one of those like he feels like Giuliani, but he's trying to rub elbows with us?
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's an uncle. He's Uncle Thomas. Just say that. Oh, okay. My name's Todd. I ain't got no brothers and sisters, so I'll never be Uncle Tom.
I don't know the dude's name, but yeah,
Say that, man. It's like
yeah. Like native, the people that live there, they're not really too pleased with him and some of the stuff he's doing. But that's another story. And then my nephew hit me with the bruh man from the 5th floor. He was telling me a story about Puggy Wuggies. I don't know if you know. I don't know. It's some character.
it seems like a
Some kid character.
Teletubby-ish.
Yeah, something
I've
like
heard
that.
of the name.
Something
but
like
I don't
that.
think I'll never watch that.
Yeah, but he's like 3, so yeah. Yeah, so he was telling me about it. He's like 1 Puggy Wubby, 2 Puggy Wubby. He was like, there was 5 Puggy Wubbies. I was like,
That's what you meant.
yeah, I was like 5 Puggy Wuggies. He's like, yeah, 5. I'm like, no, you mean? He's like, no, 5. I'm like
Just
think boy been watching.
you gotta teach him by showing him Dave Chappelle show.
I think boy been watching Mario. I thought he was watching Mario.
What the 5 fingers say to the face. He'll know what 5 is from now on.
Oh man, let's get into the show. As you can see, we just talking right now because
Ain't much going on in the world of sports,
it's
really.
only baseball. We got the All-Star weekend coming up soon. WNBA got their All-Star weekend coming. I think it's this weekend. WNBA.
They have like 12 games?
Yeah,
They got a 24-game season?
Only reason I know because my friend, he's going out.
hell?
Yeah, my friend, he works with the WNBA and NBA. So he's going to Chicago and he said it's their All-Star weekend. I was
The
like,
season usually doesn't start until the beginning of June.
no, this season starts in like May.
Oh, it started in May? I thought it was beginning of June. All right, so it started earlier?
Yeah.
I was accepted to be, I'd expect it to be in August, personally, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. Once again, things happen all the time when we get off air. So last week we was just talking about we talked about the draft and the pending free agency, and then a couple hours after we got off the air, boom, Kevin Durant requests a trade from the Nets, which I don't think a lot of people saw coming, but they kind of saw it coming because he's not really too pleased with how the Nets are running things and how they're doing things. And it's just like I think he kind of sees the fire. And he's like, all right.
I feel like this move's kind of like a James Harden move. Granted, he's not as vocal. There weren't many like sources saying that he was speaking about things, but it's like he's not one to really like. He doesn't seem very confrontational when it comes to like in person. So like he'll just look at things. The fire will burn in him. Then he'll just tell Jason, I'm one out of here. But my thing is, I'll give it to KD. He did everything the Nets asked him to do with the vaccine and all that. Even with the state, he was with all that, and he was defending Kyrie. But then when Kyrie goes on a podcast, and granted, it's only just words. When you're talking about playing with LeBron and maybe being a Laker and things like that, some people might take it the wrong way, especially like KD, because he went there for you. But my thing is, though, all Kyrie was really doing was just speaking about his past with LeBron. It's easier playing with LeBron. It showed it. He got a championship with LeBron. He ain't got a championship since. But with KD, it's probably like, bro, I done sat here and supported you with all this, and now there's a chance that you might leave. Like, come on, bro.
And he's been Durant. He's been the most stable person.
He's the bridge between him and KD.
Yeah,
I mean, him and Harden.
Yeah,
Like,
and he's legit been the most stable player on that roster. Even though he didn't play 1 year, but he's been the most stable one, despite everything that's going on.
He didn't play 1 year due to injury, but since then, he's the reason why they were a playoff team. He's the reason why they're looked at as a championship caliber team.
Yeah, and also, granted they got swept and all that. People that's the last thing they'll remember. But you go back and you look at the Nets season, I think they were like the number 1 seed in the East at one point. And then Durant got hurt. I think he missed like 20 or something.
And then they was paying them guys for nothing.
And then every week they bring in new G League guys and stuff like that. So it was.
And that was the problem I was talking about earlier in the year. You paying your bench players and your role players nothing. Like, what were you paying them for? Because they couldn't even get you 1 win. I don't care what level you on. The star route, we getting some W's.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, like you have to show your worth. Like, because then I'm thinking, once the season's over, I'm getting rid of y'all.
And it don't help that some of those other guys that they were supposed to rely on the bench got hurt too. Because it was just like, it's like there's just something wrong with like the whole Nets.
But
it's like some karma coming down.
But then you got guys get mad and say, hey, we get paid too. We're pros too. Well, show that. supposed to be even playing field when you get out there. You're supposed to be getting smashed mollywop. Like, this ain't, you're not picking a pickup team.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any smuck teams in the NBA.
They should have built this team, or they should have had guys on that roster that would be able to keep the boat afloat for a little while. You know, granted, your best player's out. You're going to lose some games, but just to keep the boat afloat and not just, like, have it sinking.
But that's what happens when you're in New York and you have a mindset that you guys are the greatest state to ever be a state, and you just throw all your chips in for 2 guys, for 3 guys, and then one leaves and he goes to state over.
Yeah, and things are just not looking. Things are not looking well for the Nets at all.
Because they got blinded by the lights. They seen 3 stars, so they got blinded. Totally forgetting you need 5 out there. You need 10 more to make it a legit team.
You need something out there. You need some stability. And right now the Nets have no stability. They also, all the rumors, Kyrie might get traded to the Lakers. KD, one of his requests, that's allegedly is he want to go to either the Suns, the Heat, and I forget another team that was
like the Heat move.
And I was on a move. And granted, all good moves, he goes to the Suns. They'll just be like, all right, that's kind of one of the missing pieces. But the Suns, they're not even trying to play DeAndre Ayton. So if he goes there, they'll probably do a sign and trade. They'll trade DeAndre Ayton for KD, but they're gonna have to give up. Yeah,
the Suns will be. I honestly feel a couple steps back because KD doesn't do what DeAndre Ayton does.
And he's 35 or 34.
And Ayton there aren't that many bigs in the league.
Yeah, and I don't get why they're not even trying to pay this dude. They really don't want to pay him. It makes 0 sense because every year he's gotten better.
Who's their backup big? Is it Biyombo still?
I believe so.
Maybe they value him more. He's less work, less maintenance. You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah,
he's not that old. So honestly, I'm not giving up Ayton.
Yeah, that's a double-double right there.
Granted, KD's probably going to play till he's like 40, 45, because it's the way his skill set is. But, if I'm him, I'm going to the Heat.
Yeah, and if they do that, the only way that'll be a worthwhile trade is if they win at least one. Because I heard in a podcast how the Lakers are viewed right now. LeBron's time with the Lakers could be viewed as a failure, but there's that title right there. So that kind of washes away everything that happens. But they've kind of, missing playoffs, losing the first rounds, guys not being there. It's kind of been what the Lakers were since like 2013, just unstable. So it's like you get one championship, and that kind of will.
And I feel like if he goes to the Heat, that's the type of organization that he's about. He loves to do nothing but play basketball.
Yeah.
Go to Miami, bro.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get dogs out there that actually just want to win.
Yeah.
They're not going to have divas they got guys that just want to win. That's just what it is like.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's all he want to do, just play basketball and go home. That's it. And then the other big news was the Hawks reloading. Their backcourt is sure going to be interesting next season. They signed traded for DeJounte Murray, teaming him up with I can't even talk. Teaming him up with Trae Young, that's gonna be quite an exciting backcourt because you got one guy who can score, but he's a little liability on defense, and then you got another guy who could do everything and he could play defense. Oh, it's like this team just added some firepower to their roster.
I don't understand the move. Let's be real. I know you're trying to, huh?
By the Spurs or the Hawks?
Either one. Were they able to keep Hunter, Atlanta? The wing guy that can shoot, who's kind of like 6'5", 6'6".
Let me see what the moves were.
Because
go ahead, I'll just.
Yeah, I don't understand this meeting. I meant this trade. It allows Trae to get off the ball. They kept Hunter or they got rid of Hunter?
Kept him.
All right, then this makes a little sense, but it allows Trae to get off the ball, but he's too small to play the 2. He can't cover anybody at the 2. Can't cover a soul. He barely covers guys the 1.
Yeah.
So you want Murray out there who could play D, but it's a weird combination. I don't know how they're going to gel together personally because Trae Young's a sharpshooter and what Murray does it all, but I just don't see them gelling personally. So then where's Hunter going to fit? Because he's a 2.
So the Hawks sent a 23 first-round pick and 2025 and 2027 first-round pick. Gallinari was included in that, but he got bought out, and
I like Gallinari.
Yeah, he got bought. I think
He's an instant bucket.
Celtics are planning to sign him.
I thought we got him. They do the trade already or the sign?
I don't think it's finalized, but I think
I seen all over social media for days at a time,
I
whole new roster.
I don't think it's finalized yet,
right.
but he's planning to sign with the Celtics. So the Hawks still got all those young guys in there.
I just don't understand the move. Because it's like, you got Trey, you got Murray, and you got Hunter. Hunter can shoot that thing, and he's a big guy. So unless you're going to play 1, 2, and 3, but I don't think Hunter's a 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's...
Well, also in this point in basketball, it's kind of like they just throw guys out there in no position at all. So it's like trying to figure... Yeah.
But you can only do that to a certain extent. Yeah. You only have positionless basketball when guys still meet the height requirements. Let's be real. Your center can be 6'9", 6'10". Because most centers are like 7 feet to 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah.
So he could be a shooter, but like, I don't like the whole positionless basketball because like there still is a height requirement for each spot. So let's be real here. Cut it out. People love throwing that thing around nowadays. Like.
Oh, let's see what Nate McMillan is gonna do with this with these moves and how he's gonna make this work. I mean, one thing about Nate McMillan, he can't coach, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh, yeah, now,
one that I don't understand. Nate. You just talk about when you don't understand. I don't understand this one. Yeah. Rudy Gobert to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I guess they're not trying to have Karl Anthony Towns play center anymore and let him play power forward. But
I mean, he's better at the power forward because he can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Now, I just think
Spacing. Spacing is.
Yeah, I'll be honest. They just need somebody that can just stand in front of the rim. Nah, I'll be honest. That's all they needed. Like, with somebody that just be a force in front of the rim. They could have just got Taco, to be honest with you. They could somebody just stand under there. Because that's all he's going to do is stand under there. And I'll be honest, Utah, they're just trying to... I think Utah's just pack it up and move.
They're doing the Danny Ainge special. You know, Danny Ainge is there. He's in their basketball operations.
They need to just move out of Utah. Go to Vegas. Like, go back to New Orleans or something. Like, I'm sorry, like, get out of Utah.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to build a team around Donovan Mitchell, which I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah, that's what I said.
It would have been easier to build around Rudy, just because he protects the rim. Regardless of
his offense and
regardless of your critique of him as a player, because I don't think he's that good defensively either. He's just big. You don't have many guys that size in the league. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of Donovan Mitchells in the league. They just haven't been put in that position yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not saying skill-wise, but like if you put them in that position, they'll do either better or just as well.
Yeah, and you don't really know how far Donovan Mitchell can take it because we've seen his. I mean, his one postseason spotlight was that rookie season.
Like a ceiling kind of?
Yeah, there's a ceiling right there.
He played well, and then he hasn't met that.
Yeah, it's just been like it's just been like right here, not up, not down. Just
it's a Utah thing, man. You're only gonna be so great playing in Utah.
And a lot of people thought he was gonna try to get out of there and go to New York because he's got family and
he's a Northeast kid.
He's a Northeast
he went
kid.
to Brewster Academy, I think. So
Yeah, and so a lot of people thought that was gonna happen, but he's gonna stay there. And interesting move for the Jazz. The T-Wolves,
T-Wolves, now they kept everybody, right?
Yeah, they got Patrick Beverly's gone.
They kept everybody, right?
The young guns.
People who actually put the ball in the hole.
Russell's still there. Towns, Anthony Edwards.
Now, if they played Memphis this year in the playoffs, I might roll with the Timberwolves depending on what they put out there on the floor. Because on paper, they look like they could be 1 through 8 seed. They look like they belong in the playoffs now. Yeah. Even though I don't like Rudy Gobert as a player, just because I like big men that do more. Yeah. One of my favorite big men ever is Shaq. So, like, I'm a Lonzo Mourning Shaq fan, like, bro. So when I see Rudy, I respect his game, but he's just, like, I wish he was more, I wish he did more, that's all. Like,
but I think he's now on a team where, he's just going to get he'll get like 15, 16, 17, 18 points just being big and being around the rim.
But that nonchalant, like, you go
He's French.
I was gonna say French, but I'm always a guy critiquing people where they come from. So I'm glad you said it.
He's French.
Well, eat some French dressing for the game, get some dog in you or something, bro.
French, you know, he be coming to the game with the button.
Yeah, I know. He got to get a little.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully that cold will hit him. Because I'm angry when I go outside in the cold. I'm angry.
You know, he probably drinks a bottle of wine before he leaves the house and keeps him warm.
Yeah,
He's French.
Big, nice guys just bother me sometimes, bro. It's okay to have a little devil in you. It's all right.
The French bother everybody.
I'm weird up to him.
You ain't hearing from me. All right. Did you see this, Miles Bridges? What he did to...
Nah, I didn't.
I saw the photos.
I just heard about it.
Yeah, I saw the photos.
What you mean?
A domestic violence incident with him. I think it's his girlfriend or his partner, pretty much. And yeah, it didn't look. Bruises all over the place. It just doesn't look right. And for him to do something like this, you're a free agent too. You're really messing up your money.
Yeah, he a Detroit guy too, and unfortunately, like, he's in the rap scene, so they're gonna put all that under him. Man, just be smart about things. When you're worth a certain amount of money, you know that no matter who's in the wrong in that situation, you're gonna be the scapegoat just because of you're the high-profile name. Two, I listen to a lot of Detroit rap, you know what I mean? The upcoming guys, they be talking about beating their women up and stuff like that. Granted, it's only music.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't do that, but you don't want to make that seem like that's your reality. You know what I mean? So
you just got to be smart.
Yeah,
you just really got to be smarter and do better.
And
especially
he's been doing some things in the past couple months that he got to slow down. Just and his big homies, some of the rappers in Detroit speaking to him, looking out for him, which you should.
Yeah.
You got people that are if you got people that are high profile people as well, but not as high as you, they gotta make sure you straight. Because at the end of the day, the bag trickles down.
Yeah.
So if you're looking out for your family, they ain't saying nothing to you. Somebody gotta speak to you.
Yeah, definitely.
And somebody gotta get you out of situations like that. Granted, it might have just been him or her. But when you're worth that much, I get it. You want your privacy, but you gotta have somebody around.
Yeah.
Like a brother, a cousin, somebody that's always around, just in case something like this happens. Because when you with a woman now, did they grow up together?
I have no idea.
Since high school. But if you meet a girl, you already know you kind of already a lick anyway. So it's like you have to be careful and always make sure you have somebody by you. Like.
Yeah, and also you don't do yourself any favors by it. It was like a video he had posted up. Her and the son and stuff like that. I think everything happened in front of the child too. So it was just too much. It was just person not thinking at all. It's like, and once again, you are a free agent, and there were teams that were gonna throw money at you. And
see, that's where youth comes in as well. When you already got money and you're young, you're not even thinking like that. You're thinking like this is something that's just happening. For one, I don't ever agree with putting your hands on any woman. For one, like that just. You get no points. I feel you lose all your points for me. Like,
and then you don't. And then recording it too is like recording.
Who
like
he recorded it?
Yeah, him.
Now, only way I can understand that if you calling and showing that you were trying to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You know me. I don't even pull out my phone like that. Yeah. I'm so phoneless. Like. I don't understand when you're in a moment of anything pulling your phone out.
Nah, me either, man.
Like, especially a heated moment like that. The first thing you think about is pulling out your phone. I'm trying to protect myself and get out of the situation so I don't escalate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's pulling out? I'll be honest, this generation got some lames. I'm not calling him lame, but the whole culture is lame, bro.
Weird.
The whole pull your phone out and watch somebody getting their ass beat rather than just either help them or jump in. Like, but this whole recording nonsense, I just don't get it. Like, you might as well all be detectives and cops, bro. Because all you guys do is keep evidence.
Incriminating yourselves in here.
I just don't get it. Yeah. And you know, my dad, law enforcement. Mind your business, keep your mouth shut. So if we understand that, and people in the streets don't, that's a problem.
Big time. Big time.
Like, that's a problem.
And people, y'all gotta start thinking about yourselves and your future. Because, man, there's no point of fumbling the bag for a minor incident.
And think about who you looking out for. Because if you fumble the bag, you can't look out for the people that depend on you, even though nobody should be depending on you.
Yeah.
But you helping people, that's just how it is.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But right now, he hasn't been signed yet. But I think he's still technically on the Charlotte's roster.
He'll be all right.
But yeah, he'll be all right. But yeah, he just, he got a lot of work to do.
He can always rap.
Let's do some NBA free agency. Let's talk about some of these quick signings, really quickly. All right. Someone said Devin Booker got bounced out the playoffs and his reward was $200 million. Like, it's a cold world we live in. I was just dying at the comment.
I'm not going to lie to you. I like Booker, but, you better figure that hammy out, bro. Because that can't be an excuse.
That happened in the finals, too, right?
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like AD. Every time he get bumped, he get injured. I'm like, come on, bro, you too strong for that.
Yeah, he needs just some more water or something like that.
He got to stretch more. He got to start jumping over fences like we did growing up. Yeah. I don't know what he got to do. You got to be more athletic. Dude. How you pulling your hamstring? I'm 36. I ain't pulled a hamstring in my life.
I've never pulled my hamstring.
Granted, everybody's body's different. Yeah. I get all that, but I should have did that before.
Yeah,
because I stretch. We do things that make sure we're nimble. Like, we don't play around.
Do some hot yoga or something.
Yeah, I got to try that with you,
man.
Yeah. You doing it this summer?
Yeah, I'm gonna find one. Cause I usually go when I'm in DC. I do it because my family got the. Yeah. They have some out here though. I just gotta find them.
Just let me know, bro. Yeah, man. I like being warm.
Oh man, ooh, it's different than warm.
You know me, I don't mind the sweat. I hate the cold.
Yeah, just don't drink. Just don't drink the night before.
Nah, I don't.
You gonna be there suffering.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Speaking from experience.
I was gonna say most likely.
4-year, $224 million for Booker. John Morant, he got a 4-year extension. These deals are weird because they're still on that rookie extension.
I was gonna say, Ja only been in the league for
3 years.
All right, he deserves his bread.
But I think their rookie deals are like 4 years.
Yeah, it's 4 years.
That fourth year is optional, and then they just add this and stuff. So
he deserved that money.
Oh yeah, he did.
He deserved all that money.
He deserved everything. $226 million. I think it's gonna be up to like 240, but with incentives.
Better get that pull up right.
And he puts butts in seats. So hey,
I like Ja. And honestly, he's a genuine guy. You know what I mean? He be going around helping, supporting people. Gave the lady. Tipped the lady $500 and stuff. Yeah. That's dope,
Yeah, another one. Jokic. He got a super max 5-year, $264 million. But if you make an All NBA team, you're eligible for the super max, so you get that $200 million. You make.
He makes All NBA like every year.
Yeah.
That's not even a question.
So I think this might be. Yeah, he's been back-to-back first team All NBA. So hey, man.
Wasn't he like second team before that?
Yeah, I think he's like third.
He's like
second,
All NBA every year,
He just kept going up. He just kept going up.
He's great.
And Karl Anthony
He can now say he is the best big man shooter. Yeah. Because we had that discussion when he won the 3-point contest.
Yeah.
That was my only gripe. So he got that.
He got that 200, and he got up to $224 million. All these guys, man. Parents, let your kids play basketball or baseball nowadays, because that's where the money at.
And it's safe.
Yeah.
It's safer. People don't know. Gangbangers and gangsters and people in the streets, they love hoopers. They support hoop because they want to hoop. They just can't hoop, so they support the guys that hoop because we love the people in the hood too. Like
they can't hoop. They just wanted to do some other stuff.
They can hoop, but it's definitely not at the level though. It's a different level because we train and do certain stuff that it's like they don't have that. They don't have that discipline. They got a different level of discipline.
And they stopped at some point. They had a discipline. They had discipline at one point. Then they stopped and they went somewhere else.
Yeah, so they just switched discipline.
Yeah. Bradley Beal, he resigned. He got Supermax too with the Wizards. I think he's just like, you know what? If I ain't gonna win a championship, I might as well win it in the bank.
Get your bread and keep cussing out them kids, man. Make them better. Don't listen to Tatum. I'm with all that cussing them out.
Talking about his AU team?
Yeah, because I guarantee you a lot of them kids looking at him like, I can take him. And he got to remind them like, bro, there's a long road you got to go.
Yeah.
Long road.
Yeah, I mean, he be keeping it real with them. Some of them kids, they come in here.
Bro, one day he's going to look one of them kids in the eye. He's going to cook them for 40.
Yeah.
One of them kids going to make the league, bro.
He might do that in practice. How do you like this signing with the Sixers? They signed PJ Tucker for a couple more.
For one, I'm all about PJ collecting jerseys. That's my guy right there. I love me some PJ. Honestly, though, he's a grinder.
Yeah.
Him going to the Heat, for one, him going to the Bucks winning the chip, him bringing that championship caliber thinking to the Heat and the way they played, then him going to the Sixers now.
Yeah.
For one, he's a grinder, hard worker. Puts his high hat on every time he comes to work. Why wouldn't you want a guy like that on your team?
Yeah, definitely. And he's the type of guy Embiid likes because Embiid, he's still not over them letting Jimmy Butler go.
Yeah.
He loved playing with Jimmy Butler. And, PJ Tucker's kind of in that same
He's just not
cloud.
the offensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he's a guy that's going to get out there and play defense.
And, too, PJ Tucker's he's not scared of the moment in regards to, like, getting 50 put on your head because some guys are terrified of that moment. But it's like when you're playing a all-century type talent, that shit comes to territory. But he's going to make it hard for you. And that's what I respect about him. He knows the battle's the battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But how hard is the battle for that man?
Yeah, definitely. Also, this move, what you think about this move by the Celtics signing Malcolm Brogdon? I
thought it was great.
I was like, you got another guy that plays defense.
Great. I like Malcolm Brogdon because he ain't scared to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
I love, what's his name?
White?
Yeah, White. But he don't seem that confident in shooting the ball. He's thinking more and he wants to just be a guy because he can shoot that thing.
Yeah, when he wasn't thinking.
Malcolm gonna put it up.
Yeah.
And Malcolm's a big guy too. And yeah, he kind of like a militant guy, like one of them, like kind of remind me of the guy from Memphis, but stronger.
Oh, Bane?
Yeah, like Bane, but stronger. He was Bane before he got there.
Yeah. And it's another guy that can play defense too. It never hurts to have guys who can play defense, who wants to play defense.
Malcolm Brown, he didn't play point guard in Virginia, did he?
No.
He played like the 3, didn't he? The 2,
so.
like the 3?
They used him all over the place in Virginia.
And he got to the league, he was like straight point. I'm like, I don't remember him being the point guard.
He wasn't. In Virginia, he was like the 2 or 3.
And that's crazy that you got you can conform him into a point when he's really like a 3-man.
Yeah. and then picking up on the verge of picking up Gallinari. I'm just looking at this lineup. It's you put Brogdon out there, Tatum, Brown, Gallinari, and Smart. It's gonna be
now people got to remember most historical teams they usually got a European that gets a bucket.
Yeah.
So he could be he could be their co-coach.
Gallinari definitely.
Their co-coach. I meant to say co-coach.
He
their co-coach.
Celtics are definitely in the business of making moves this offseason. I think they got a couple more moves they want to make.
Also, too, I don't like when people critique and mock Smart like he wasn't an All-American point guard in college. Like, do people forget about him going in the stands to push that old white guy? Do people forget like he was All-American point guard? Like he was.
I think people be expecting him to be get 20 and 12 or 20 and 10 all game, but it's just like that's not how this team.
For one, he plays defense so hard that he can't. Like it's gonna be tough for him to just do that unless he conditions his body to be able to go through that.
Yeah.
But like he's a defensive guy that can get some buckets for you. But like he got to the finals.
Yeah, people just be overreacting. And you know me, I'm like you were the biggest. I used to be. I have not.
You haven't called him 36 in years.
Yeah, I know I do on social media, but I don't talk crazy about him like I used to because I'm just like he's out there. That's who he is.
And when he was in school, I think I was in Texas watching him and Brown. You remember the dude? Was it Malcolm Brown? Whatever his name was? No. Was it something Jalen Brown or something? He was catching them windmills in number 23 for Oklahoma State.
Oh, see, I don't remember that whole team.
That dude, crazy athlete. But my thing is, Marcus Smart was the best player on that team.
Yeah.
And he was All-American. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, people just always think they can find something better, and it's just like, be happy with what you got.
He was a high-profile point guard coming out of college.
Yeah, people crazy. Yeah. People crazy.
That's
they
wild.
need to leave him alone, but...
Shout out to Marcus Smart, man.
Yeah.
If you didn't know it, I knew that. If you didn't know, we know I knew.
All right, lastly, before we go to Athletes Corner, quickly, Adesanya, he remained the undisputed champ over the weekend. He won his match, came out with the Undertaker theme song.
I like that.
And the urn and all that.
Yeah, see? A lot of people don't remember that. Yeah. That's the OG Undertaker with the urn.
Yeah. So it was... He pretty much dominated this fight, and this dude just kept defending his title. That's why one thing I love about UFC. Them guys are out there, they're going to defend their title against whoever. They're not going to wait or cherry pick who they want to fight.
It's not like boxing, man.
Yeah.
There's a mountain, and there's a man standing on top of it.
Yeah.
And when you know what I mean, climb up the mountain, he knocks you back down.
Yeah.
There aren't 3 or 4 guys standing on multiple mountains talking about, I'm the middleweight champ. No, I am, but you're over there. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. But him, only fight I've seen him lose when he went up in weight.
Yeah,
so,
they was talking about that.
Yeah, but that also prepared him to understand, all right, I can't win this level, but I'm going to kill these guys here because I know what it takes to win at this level.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows what it takes to compete at that level, not win. He didn't win. But.
Yeah, and, you know, and and the guy he was fighting was was ranked number 3 in the world in UFC. So this is setting up his next fight against Alex Pereira, who had a knockout over Sean Strickland. I don't know who that is over the weekend. But it's kind of crazy in UFC, like I think the 3 faces of UFC are now all African. You got Usman, you got Nanu over there, and then you got him. So it's kind of crazy.
What's so crazy about it?
That this is like
That's what we do.
The faces.
Black folks just take things over.
You know?
It's just what happens. They just take over.
So,
you thought I was
no.
Ain't no joke
I was looking at his 23-1, and he's a 12-0 in UFC in the weight class, his weight class. So congratulations to him on that one. All right, let's go to Athlete's Corner, where I talked to Jason Asemota. You know, Jason been making a name for himself the past couple years, the past year or so. So his recruiting's picking up. He talked about that. He talked about going from Brewster to Huntington. No. Hillcrest. Hillcrest Prep.
Yeah. You're right. That's where he was at.
Huntington's the West Virginia school, right?
That's where this dude went.
Yeah.
Bill Walker. And
Yeah.
Oh no, not Bill Walker. It was this dude. Oh yeah, it was. O.J. Mayo and Bill Walker, and this dude went there. Golden State.
I know who you're talking about.
Wiggins.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So a lot of people went to a lot of schools. Check this out, and then we go come back. Hello and welcome to another edition of Athlete's Corner, and I'm here with Jason, Lynn's own Jason. He's been having quite the year so far, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Man, it's you've been making a lot of noise the past couple of years. Well, this whole past year and stuff. Your name's really been getting out there.
Yeah.
I mean, how for you, a kid from Lynn, getting all this recognition? How's it been just taking it all in?
It's been a humbling experience, definitely. For the grace of God, He gave me this talent. So just to be in this position is just a blessing, and just showcasing to everyone what I could do. I always knew I could do it. So just having the whole world to see it is really a blessing for me.
Yeah, definitely. Can you tell me, like, when did it pick up for you? At what point during this time did school started getting interest, and then the recruiters started getting, because it seemed like, from me looking outside, it seemed like it was just like a blink of an eye. Your name just started popping up weekly, and then now it's all over the place.
Definitely, because as soon as I made the move to Hillcrest, Hillcrest is a really powerhouse school, so that move really just put me in the eyes of so many college coaches, and once it started to see the open gyms I was at and see all the open runs and all the games I've been playing at, they just really fell in love with my game, and after that, it just took off from there.
Yeah. Can you just let the audience know how you end up at Hillcrest? How'd you get up there?
So I spent my freshman year at Brewster Academy, and it was a great school, great experience for me, but it just wasn't for me. So making the move to go totally across the country was definitely my decision, and really my mom's. It was just because I really just wanted to get away from where I was at right now and just put myself in a position where I think I could excel and be in the spotlight pretty much. At Brewster, there was a lot of guys. So me being one of many instead of me just being one of one is really what I really wanted, and they gave me the opportunity at Hillcrest.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard. Not saying like your game's not up there, but it's so hard when they got other guys that are older too, and there's so many. There's so many. So those guys are definitely gonna get those minutes and stuff. And that's the best move for you to take that opportunity. What was it before we get to the Hillcrest? What was it like though? Even though you left Brewster, how was that just playing against some of those guys or practicing against some of those guys? How was just that experience for you being on that campus?
It was great. It was definitely very humbling. Going in thinking I was so good because I've been playing middle school basketball. So going in where there's people who already committed D1, D1 prospects, and just guys who were just bigger than me, and stronger than me, and faster than me. It was definitely humbling. I really had to really find out where I fit in the first couple months, but just getting used to it, and just getting used to just knowing like this, if this is really what I want to do, this is going to be the next step. You have to know like these are the guys you have to be going up against.
Yeah. Did you have that moment where you got on there, maybe it was a practice or maybe a game, did you have that moment where you're just like, oh, this is different. Okay, I got to really lock in?
Definitely. There was this one kid, he goes to UCLA right now, his name is Mac. We was doing this drill where it's like two guys on a block, he passed it to whoever, and you just have to go up. Got dunked on like 3 times in a row by Mac, so it was just definitely like that. I was like, okay, this is different. And yeah.
Did you? I'm guessing you kind of knew what to expect, but when you see it firsthand, when you go into prep, like for me, watching these games, going to some prep school games and watching, and when I come back here, watch here, and then I see the difference, I'm just like, oh, this dude's like 6'10", and he's a point guard.
Yeah, it's definitely different. The game is really faster, and everything's more up-temp, and the coaches are very involved in like the playing style. So it's definitely really something you have to really adapt to. It's not something that someone will understand if they're not in that position. Yeah. So being in that position is really like the only way you would know that this is different.
Yeah. What was it about this Hillcrest team this year? What made you guys so good this past season?
We had a leading scorer. He was just a big mentor to me, and just being out there with him has just really made me like see the game differently and see how I can put myself in this position to score the basketball. His name is Kamari Lance. He's at Louisville right now. Okay. So him just being on the court with him, just seeing how different he plays than I play, so just picking up things he does just to put in my game.
Hey, do you feel like they've also helped you expand your game? Especially
definitely.
As far as like, because I see you do a lot more ball handling now and stuff.
I'm more on the ball now. Before I was just really just catch and shoot, one dribble, but now I'm more on the ball and just being able to be comfortable with the ball, going through pick and rolls, and being able to see the floor is really what's going to expand my game to the next level. Yeah,
definitely. And then you also the AU stuff still going on, the circuit's still going on. I know you guys were in Louisville a couple weeks ago as well. And talk about the EYBL, just getting the opportunity to go up against all these other guys that are getting all these recruiting and getting all this praise. I was just like going against them and showing them what you got, what your team got.
It's definitely great to be able to be there and to see all the guys who are on social media, see all the guys who are ranked high and stuff like that. Just being in that type of atmosphere is definitely a great experience. And going up against those guys and seeing where I fit in is really a great experience. And it's just different. I truly believe that URBL is the best circuit out there. Yeah. They have all the good guys, have all the, ranked guys, people on social media. They have all the media out there. So it's definitely everything I want.
The thing I like when I see some of the clips was when you guys all go up against each other. You could kind of see that everybody wants to go against the best. They want to go against each other.
No one hides from nothing. It's just like we all know what we can do individually. So when we team up and just go against another really good team, we just see what we line up at.
Yeah, definitely. You're getting all these letters, they're getting all these offers for you. Did at any point did you get a little overwhelmed by it, or were you just taking it in?
At some point I did, because there was a week or like a week 2 notice where every day was just a new offer coming in, new offer. I was just like, okay, this is getting like really serious. I was like about around October, November. It was really just like, okay, I'm getting a lot. Like what am I about to, like where is this gonna go? Where am I gonna be at in the next 5 months or next 10 months? Like, how is this gonna continue?
Yeah. And you also, correct me if I'm wrong, you're also playing for the Nigerian team?
I will be.
You will be playing for the Nigerian team?
U18.
The U18. Talk to me about that. How did that come about?
The coach texted my Hillcrest coach and said that he wants to start the team up, and he wants to have like 2 USA-based kids, and he chose me to be one of the 2 US-based kids. So it was definitely really humbling, knowing that I can go back to my country and represent the country that my mom and dad were born from. So it was definitely humbling, and
When was the last time you were back in Nigeria?
It's like 2009.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Definitely.
And then you'd have to go over there for like the workouts and then the trials and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that this year?
That's going to be this year, late July.
Late July? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, coming up. How, you coming from Lynn, you already know the notion of people when people hear about Lynn, but you yourself, we got Jonell in football.
Yeah.
You two are kind of the two most prominent players right now as far as just the attention and stuff.
Yeah.
For you, and I know all the other guys that hoop here too that's been getting attention. For you to see him getting all the stuff that he's doing, and for you to be doing this, what does that say about the talent that we have in this city?
But it's there. It's definitely there. It just needs to be brought to light. Because if we're just gonna put it out there, I left Massachusetts to go to Arizona. Jonell left Massachusetts to go to Florida. So it's definitely out there. It just needs to be seen.
Yeah. It definitely does, especially on the basketball end too, because people don't think that there's hoopers here or
there's really good hoopers here for real.
Also, you talked about you went to Brewster. You were close with Terrence Clark.
Yeah.
You knew him. I mean, when that whole news broke out, what was it? Did you think it was like a hoax or it was fake at some point, and then until you realized that it actually happened?
Actually, at first I did think it was fake because the story was I was riding with my coach to an Expressions tournament actually. So we was riding and someone called my coach and was like, "Yo, did you hear about this, this, and that?" And he was like, "What you mean?" "Nah, he's just in LA. He's just working out right now. What you mean?" "Nah, I didn't hear about that." So they ended the phone call, and then he called Terrence's closest mans and was like, "Yo, did you hear about that?" And then he said, "Nah, but you're the second person to call me about that. That's kind of weird. Let me go find out what's happening."
Yeah.
And so he called, so he ended the call, and then like 5 minutes after that, the man that he called first, Terrence's mans, called my coach back and was like kind of like crying and stuff. He was like, "Yo, whoever spun that, stop spinning that, like that's not true, stop doing that, nah, that's not true, that's not true." And like, at the time, I didn't know what was going on, but he was crying, so I was like, if it's not true, why is he crying and stuff like that? So, time goes on, now it's all over social media and stuff, so we found out it was really true, and it was just, because the whole Expression family was just all together at that one point, so it was definitely a special moment that we all just happened to be in one when it happened, but it was definitely really sad and really heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows him as basketball-wise. What was he like as a person? As a
person, to me personally, he was a person that I looked up to. At first, I was a fan of him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know him personally. I was always watching his clips on YouTube, Instagram. I just always used to just follow him. But then one summer, I was at a Boston tournament, Save Our Streets, and he saw me, and everyone was calling me Mini Terrence Clark, you look like Terrence. And like, he heard everyone saying that, so he was like, "Who's that kid?" And he watched my game, and he liked the way I played because we played similar. And after that, after the game, he just talked to me and stuff like that, and just been like, just stay on your path and stuff like that. So ever since then, he's just been a mentor and just been a big brother to me. And
that's dope. That's dope. As you're the summer's going on, or you're working a lot, but what are some things that you're working on this summer on your game that is going to help you out when the season
just to get stronger. Definitely to get stronger. I want to be able to change my body around and be more physical in the paint and more physical on the ball.
Yeah. What on these visits too? What was some of the on these college visits? What were some of the things that kind of maybe caught you by surprise, or some things that coaches might have said to you that may have caught you by surprise, or or did you have that moment where you met certain coaches and you're like, "Oh snap, it's this coach right?"
Scott Drew, Baylor head coach. He literally won a national championship 2 years ago. So just seeing him and seeing that this is the guy you see on TV almost every night playing, coaching basketball and stuff like that, it's really just like an eye-opener. And just being at these facilities and being at these colleges is like, this is like, everything else is just bigger and just, you know what I'm saying? Like the basketball court it's just so like everything's nice, everything's like well put around. It's just a great experience just to be going on all these visits and just seeing what the college has to offer.
Yeah, that was my next question. Have you been enjoying going around the country, visiting all these different campuses?
Definitely.
Yeah. What was one campus that really caught your eyes?
Arizona State.
Yeah.
Arizona State really caught my eyes because it was just so close to where I live in Arizona, and just being there, being like, this could be where I've been playing basketball for however long in college, and it's right down the street from where I live right now. So it's definitely like, wow, like everything could happen so fast.
Yeah, definitely, man. Oh, man, we running out of time, but it was great having you here. Before we get out of here, plug in your social media.
Love 5, LUHFIVE, 2 E's.
All right, Instagram only, right? That's it.
Yeah, Instagram only.
Instagram only. Make sure you follow him. The 20 is it the 22nd or the 23rd? Y'all be playing over at Marshall's for
23rd.
They'll be playing at Marshall's over there. But by the time this comes out, I'll be there. Hey man, keep doing the great work, man. You're doing great, man. I'm glad to see that you are doing what you love to do and out there showing what Lynn got. You guys been watching Athletes Corner. We out of here. And we are back. Okay, it is time for our weekly Red Sox update. The Red Sox, since we last checked in on them, their record is now 45-36. They have a series with the Tampa Bay Rays going on. They won the first game 4-0. They lost last night 8-4 at a game. The third game of this series is tonight. And, the Red Sox, they just making way. I think one of their pitchers is coming, a couple of their pitchers that are in IR. They're getting close to coming back. Chris Sale, I think he's been down in the minor leagues trying to get back in there, so they got plans. He might be coming back after All-Star break, which is like in 13 days. They got the All-Star break. And the All-Star weekend's in L.A. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
All-Star weekend in L.A. just seems like fun, but it's not for the locals, because,
I mean, for one, especially gas prices. Heard they got the stimmy coming for their gas.
Yeah.
Where our stimmy at? Man, gas ain't cheap up here either.
For real.
Ain't as expensive, but it ain't as cheap.
Yeah, we'd like our stimmy.
But that's a place you want the All-Star game. Just because of the space. Just because of the space.
And
man.
it's LA. There's so much to do.
And there won't be as many issues as there would be if it was like a smaller city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, LA's a tourist attraction anyway, so there should be no problems.
Yeah, they got All-Star Weekend NBA in Utah.
When?
I think next year.
And that's the thing. That's D Wade's doing. Like, I swear that's D Wade, man. That's D Wade and them over there. Like, I get it. You're trying to put spotlight on Utah, but Utah's been around. The Jazz been the Jazz for so long. Like,
yeah. Trash.
Like you're never gonna make potato salad with raisins ever make sense to me. There's certain things that will never make sense to me and will never make sense to my people. To you either. I don't want it. Please, come on.
On that note, it's time for our high school sports update.
Like, no, certain things will never make sense to us.
Time for the high school sports update. All right. First up, let's go to some post-game interviews from the Guinness football game last week. First up is quarterback from the North team, Cam O'Brien. Check this out, man.
What was your goal coming into this game?
Just like every other goal, just come out here, put on a show, and then win. Obviously, it's a little bit tougher with kids that I've never played with before, but it never really changed. Teammates throughout, we met, we bonded, and at the end of the day, we put up a big number.
How do you feel playing in another Guinness All-Star game?
Basketball definitely killed my body playing in that hot gym, but I took a good rest day yesterday, and then it's just good. I like playing for the name. Harry Gans is a great dude. I didn't really know him that much. Obviously, no one really knows him, but just knowing that we're playing for that name, it just really means a lot to me and my family.
Yeah, for sure. What are your plans after high school?
So I'm gonna do a gap year. And then I'm probably gonna lean on football a little bit. I might go play Division II, Division III football.
For sure. All right, that's Cam O'Brien. Nice having you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
If you all didn't notice, the interviewer interviewing Cam was Dariel Burgos.
Cool guy.
Yeah, he got.
Guy, he got a haircut too.
Yeah, I know.
I did looking like a man, looking like a manly man.
So he had to get his feet wet. You know, I'd be throwing kids in the fire. So he did some post-game interviews. So and then he did one with the MVP, Xavier Baskin. So
That's
check
dope.
this one out.
That's dope.
We got MVP.
Ex-Bastion.
Yes, sir. What was your goal coming into this game?
My goal was just to win the game and just go out there, ball with my teammates for one last time. You know, we had a great team. I knew we were definitely special, definitely going to come in here and make an impact regardless. But just go out here, perform, and show up for my fam.
What was your experience playing in the Guinness All-Star game?
It was a great experience, you know, because you're playing the top talent in your conference around here, so it was good. Got to play some of the kids I played during the season and got to play with some of the kids I played during the season, so that was nice. It was just a great opportunity to be able to play in this game, and I was actually not going to play at first, but then my coach from youth football came in, and he was like, you know, it was like I had to make the decision to play because couldn't do him dirty, so.
How was that, like, feelings?
You know, I've been close with him my whole life because he's coached me since first grade, so it was just a tight bond, and no matter what, I was going to play for him. So,
What are your plans after high school?
I'm doing a post-grad year at Phillips Exeter Academy, and going to continue my athletic and academic career there and shooting for D1, aiming for NFL, so step by step.
Fire. All right, that was MVP. Yes, sir.
Thanks for being back, man.
Nice talking to you, bro.
Thank you.
And we are back. Quickly with that, you know, Hoffman, he pulled me to the side Friday. He ain't trying to press me like he usually does to you.
Oh my God, my God, Hoffman.
No, he was just like, cause he watched the game that he did the play-by-play. He was just like, oh, you know, he was like, oh, tell him he needs to do this, this, and this. It'll help him. It'll help the audience understand. It'll help them know who is who and all that. Just, you know, give me some pointers to pass along to him instead of, you know, and that's constructive criticism that you're supposed to give instead of getting on social media or calling people just talking crazy.
Remember, we're not that sensitive.
Yeah.
We don't cry in public and all that. Like we don't get mad and type to the world. Like,
Right.
you know, we might have a quote or something, but like these guys turn to divas instead of just approaching you. Like, you know what I mean? And I mean, I'm always gonna say what I say. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me.
And my thing is,
But
if you had or have constructive criticism, you can say it to me and I pass it along. But if you ain't got no constructive criticism
Shut
at all,
the hell up.
just be quiet. If you ain't gonna help,
my whole point is just help the next generation be better. If you don't agree with what they're doing, shut your damn mouth and move on. But like, all I do is offer kid advice. They don't want to hear it, cool. But I gave it to you. I'm moving on. But like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm never gonna hate on I don't hate on nobody. But I'm never gonna have a negative feeling towards a kid trying to do something positive.
Right, me either. Or there's also, this is what my approach is. I'm gonna give you the guidance. I'm not gonna change who you are. They'll be like, I'll listen to everything. There's certain stuff that you're doing, I probably like it. But then I'll tell you should add this, and take away this stuff that you're doing. That's it.
People wonder why I don't buy certain clothing lines around the community, because y'all haven't made nothing I liked yet. It be like that sometimes. Like, I'm all about supporting people, but I'm not wearing no trash. So like, let's just be real.
Yeah, we like to be fresh out here.
Yeah, like everybody know me. I'm known for that. Like, what you talking about? See these shoes? But like, but also too, like, just help the next generation. And if you're a hater, see you later. Just keep it moving. That's it.
Pretty much.
That's it.
All right. Highlights from the Guinness game. North beat the brakes off the South, but check the highlights out. and we are back. All right, let's do some throwbacks for you. All right, first up, high school football highlights from like 2003, English versus August. Justin out there bombing throws down the field, all that stuff.
Then they took him off because somebody came back from injury, and they weren't the same since.
Check these highlights out. All right, and we are back. And lastly, check these high school basketball highlights out. Another one back. I don't even know what year this was, but check these out. You want to come back and wrap this thing up? And we are back. Oh, man, we have come to the end of our program. We ain't got no B-Day shout-outs. I don't think we got any B-Day shout-outs or anything. Oh, Props to Props League started it up last Friday. They got games going on today at the Point.
Okay,
You want to check them out, go support them. You know, there's a lot of Lynn kids out there playing.
What days they play?
I think they play every day, I think.
Every day? I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try to make it out
because
there.
I know they're playing this 2 games tonight. Well, they got 4 games today. The last 2 are at 8 at 9 o'clock.
I'll be at lights out. So.
Yeah. So, but I think they have games during the week,
All right,
on Friday and stuff like that.
I'm
So
gonna
I'll
definitely
make it
gonna
out.
check them out.
Yeah, definitely check that out. There's a basketball clinic at Lynn English, first through 8th grades. It's like 9 a.m. High school is like at noon. If you ain't doing nothing, your kids ain't doing
That's
nothing,
dope.
check that out.
That's dope.
We got Lights Out Summer League gym at St. Mary's. Make sure you go check that out just to watch some basketball. Got the league at the YMCA. every Fridays. Check that out. He's at Lights Out Wednesday and Thursdays. So if anybody that needs to put in work, make sure you contact him on his Instagram, Mr. Burton23. Get that work in. And yeah, we are out of here. We will see you guys next week. Peace.